everyone. First of all, the award, the ovation was terrific. I've loved my job for over 35 years. I love going to work every day. I really want to thank the Middle-Illini Conference. I think it's just a tremendous conference, athletic and academic achievement. I look at each one of you and I can come up with stories of athletes and games and teams and such great memories from these 8 schools. And I think you combine athletic excellence and sportsmanship in a way that should be the model for state. So I appreciate the Middle-Illini Conference. Thank you. I want to thank the IHSA. I've had the privilege of having press passes for Super Bowls, for World Series, for Final Fours, for U.S. Opens. My best memories are high school sports. I love the IHSA state finals. I know the IHSA gets criticized. I think we nitpick too much as a society, but our state tournaments are, I think, second to none. And I know how much Craig Anderson, Matt Troha, Dave Ganaway up here, I know how much they care about the high school student athletes and about displays of the classroom and the importance of high school sports. And to get this award from the IHSA means an awful lot to me. So thank you. When the IHSA told me I'd won the award, they asked me where I wanted to get the award. I said Morton, and I said a girls' game. I was a student here my senior year 40 years ago. 40 years ago, I was a student. I always thought Morton High School was a great foundation for my life. Mrs. Ripka's here, the principals, the administration. You have an unbelievable responsibility raising our children and helping raise our children. You do a great job. I've always had my entire life. I love this high school. I love this town. I thought about doing a more girls basketball game. I've had so many great memories with Bob Walker and all those banners. There's a reason over there I picked volleyball. We'll get to her. But when I first started as sports director in 1990, I said we're going to cover the heck out of high school sports and we're going to cover the heck out of girls sports. And I've had a few news directors say we cover too much girls sports, but for the most part, they've always said cover more and more. The year before I started at WHOI, we covered 3 volleyball games the whole year. We'll cover 4 tonight. And we've always, if you take away football, and football's the key, we cover football like crazy, but if you take away football, we cover more girls sports than boys sports, because they deserve it. I want to thank the people who hired me. I got a job as an intern in 1985 at WHOI TV, Doug Bell, Dan Pearson. They taught me a lot about the ropes. They gave me a key. I didn't get the key back until they closed the doors in 2009. And I merged with Channel 25. My news director, Leon Hendricks, is here. A lot of my workers from Channel 25 are here. Channel 19, Channel 25, ESPN Radio, my ESPN co-host, Mike Rizzo's here. They have always supported me. You know, I go into this guy's office, Leon Hendricks, my news director, and he says, "You're going where? You want to cover what? You're going all the way there for a high school game?" And he always says go. So I appreciate the support to cover high school sports that I've had at the TV stations and at the radio station. I'm glad Metamora is here. Coach Ballard is one of the best athletes I ever covered. She was a tremendous three-sport athlete. It was a pleasure to cover you as an athlete. It's a joy to cover your teams now. I don't know if your dad's here, Randy. He's babysitting. When I first started, guys like Randy Tepke, Pat Ryan at Metamora, guys like Mike McDonald here at Morton, Gigi McIntosh here at Morton, Steve Shook at Morton, they were so good to me early in my career. I was just a young kid running around making mistakes. And the coaches and the athletic directors, when I first started to this day, to these people, have been just tremendous in supporting me, so I appreciate that. I've got to talk about my family. My wife is here. I get paid to ask questions for a living. I get paid to interview. The best question I ever asked is, Angie, will you marry me? She has absolutely made my life whole. I married a tremendous lady. I got the bonus of marrying an unbelievable wife and mother. And when I married Angie, she gave me a wedding ring, and she surprised me on my wedding day. The inscription inside the wedding ring said, "Teammates for life." 4 months later, Metamora Kankakee McNamara football game, I lost that wedding ring. So, yeah. The whole second half, Pat Ryan's running for scoring touchdowns, and I was looking all over the ground for my wedding ring. But you have been the best teammate of my life, and I look forward to the rest of our life. My mom was here. I was born on mom's birthday 57 years ago. Best present I ever got was to have her as a mom. Loving, supportive. I'm 57 years old. And when mom says that was a good story, that was a good show, it means the world to me. My dad has to play an angel. He was, like most of your dads, I'm sure, a little league coach. Took me to games, took me to stadiums, took me to the field, took me to ball games. But he loved sports, he gave that to me. But he was the best man I know. Early in my career, I had kind of a sloppy show. And I called my dad said, you know what happened there? And I said, I wasn't really ready, it was kind of sloppy. I'll get him at 10 o'clock. And my dad said, your name was on that show. And if your name's on that show, you should take more pride in it. And that's something I've always tried to be consistently good and consistently proud of my effort. And I got that from the best man I know, my dad. My mom and dad celebrated their anniversary on Saturday. They didn't quite make 62 years. But for 61 and a half years, and even today, the love that they had, the family, the loyalty they had is the best lesson ever. I love you, Mom and Dad. Happy anniversary. And then my three daughters, well actually my sisters are here. My sister from Texas, Lori, my sister from Iowa, Julie, my father-in-law, George and Gwen are here from Florida. We lived in a different era than you. When I grew up, it was David, it was Julie, it was Jim, it was Mom and Dad. We did everything together. We ate dinner together, we watched games together, we played board games together, we played driveway basketball together, we did everything together. And even though we're separated by state borders now and thousands of miles, I love you like brothers and sisters. You're the best. My three daughters, Kieran is here. She's the one that made me a dad, my firstborn. She's a lot like her dad, love history, love travel. I'm really proud of the young lady into. My daughter Aubrey is in Minnesota as a freshman at St. Olaf. She's too far away. I miss her like crazy, but I saw her this weekend. And it's wonderful to see your daughter be happy. So that was terrific. And then I've got one more daughter over here, number 8. She's my sports dog. She's the one that goes to games with me, talks sports with me, and love her like crazy. The question people always ask me, the favorite high school athlete. I covered Ben Zobrist in high school. He won a World Series. I covered Sean Livingston in high school. He won an NBA championship. I covered Ogana Namani in high school. She won an NCAA volleyball championship. She won Olympic medals. I covered Michael Flanagan in high school. He won a Super Bowl. They're some of my favorites, but my favorite high school athlete is number 8. I love you, Tyler. Let's go a while ago, huh? We lost one way. I'll give you a quick shout out to your girls. They're really good. So they're really good teams, so you gotta be ready for them. Every day I play show and tell. I get to cover high school sports at 10 o'clock. I get to show you what I did all day. I have 2 co-workers, Sarah and JD, who are out covering sports tonight, so we can have a lot more highlights tonight. I'm going to watch volleyball. I'm going to grab my camera. We'll see the highlights at 10. Thanks so much to the IHSA. I'm looking forward to volleyball.